feed off of them or if you're going to turn them, how those things affect you and your job because you work in this huge hospital that's like almost like a haven.
But also there was a larger aspect, too, because remember the one character they showed, it doesn't just affect you and your hospital.
Yes.
It affects this town because this person's moral standing in the town.
Exactly. If something goes awry, the reputation of you as a doctor and the hospital that you work for is going to go completely downhill, which can turn into a big angry mob and such.
So there's a lot of
there's
a lot of thinking in your decisions and what you're going to do.
Yes, there is. I mean, and this spans farther out. Like they showed, other vampires that are fully in control of their vampirism. They showed ones that were more ravenous as well. And it's a matter of which ones do you want to help the humans? Do you want to help the vampires? Do you want to kill the vampires? What you do technically cannot be seen also. So if you use your vampiric powers within a battle, you have to be quite stealthy about it because if a human sees it, holy shit.
Yeah, which is actually interesting because the ravenous ones, here's an interesting, again, going with the times, the ravenous ones are people that were infected to become vampires that were already infected with the plague.
Yes.
Which was a big thing in that time and everything like that. So it's definitely interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be something very interesting.
Yeah, this is Don't Nod Entertainment's first full-on video game since they flopped with Remember Me many years ago. They've only tinkered with small little episodic video games, again, like Life is Strange, up until this point. So this video game, they have a lot riding on this video game, piggybacking off of the popularity of Life is Strange.
Yeah, this was another one of those games that they showed a trailer for last year.
Yes, and
we got to follow this. And I don't think there still was a release date, was there?
2018, if I'm
it's
correct.
next year. It's coming out next year.
Yeah, but I've been following this video game since it was simply a title and a description.
Again, this is, it always gets scary when they do these year before announcement trailers and then they follow it up. Because then you start getting worried, is it going to come out? Is it going to happen? Is it really going to happen?
I know.
Because some games that people got excited for did fall by the wayside.
No, they did. A lot. Scalebound.
Scalebound. I thought Scalebound was so close to being done, too.
It was!
Now,
I'm bitter.
Here's the fun part now, folks, because even though we're not doing the news, we do still have a what the fuck.
Yes, we do.
And the reason why I mentioned the plague aspect of the vampire game, because it bleeds into the what the fuck game trailer that I saw. You didn't see this. You have to see this. It's a game called A Plague Tale. And it literally revolves around England during the plague in a horrific manner. Basically, it's like all the rats are attacking people, eating people alive, and they do involve the plague. And it's not really clear. It was more of it was a cinematic announcement trailer. It starts out with a woman and a child running for some sort of cave or something like that to unlock something, but they're being chased by the rats, and she's got the fire to keep them back. And one guy he steps in to rescue them, and then they all get on him and they maul him, and he's like nothing left but meat and bones and everything like that.
Sexy.
But it involves the plague. And in the logo itself, it's got like a silhouette of a rat and everything like that. And I literally sat there and I went, what the fuck?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's called A Plague Tale. You guys gotta check it out. I did put it on the Nerd Herders page and everything like that.
Based on my knowledge from Disney and Ratatouille, the plague actually started with a flea, not a fucking rat, okay? It started with a flea.
I know, but nonetheless, definitely the award for the weirdest game trailer, A Plague's Tale. I say...
Hit it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, Plague's Tale. So, yeah.
That's...
I'm surprised they didn't just go Disney on it and just spell tail as in the animal tail.
I would have. That's money right there.
It really is. Oh, God. Okay. Moving forward. A game that's coming out actually a couple of weeks after my birthday. One that was announced last year. I got excited about it. And then I got more details this week about it, and I got uber excited about it, and I was like, sold. Hooked in. It's called Agents of Mayhem. By the people that made... Saints Row. Now, at first I thought it was just, made by the people of Saints Row because it had that same styling, that same gameplay. Turned out, as information rolled out this week, Agents of Mayhem actually is in the Saints Row universe falls between the timeline of the whole invasion thing and everything like that. It's extremely lewd. It's extremely crude. And everything like that. And it's off the wall madness and crazy. And again, if you like the GTA style of gameplay without such the serious tones, Saints Row and Agents of Mayhem is like for you. There's all these great. There's a lot of Easter egg references too, because the first DLC pack with Agents of Mayhem is the cosplay pack, where one character looks like the Hulk or similar to the Hulk, and there's all these different different references to all these different other things like Power Rangers and so forth and so on. Agents of Mayhem looks absolutely fun. It's definitely one of those games. Again, it's not to be played around kids. But it's one of those games where it's like, you know what, I feel like just going off the wall fucking crazy. This is the game you need to get.
This is the game that jumped the shark.
Yeah, this is
quite
the game.
Literally.
Yeah, seriously. Alright. Making also announced over the course of E3, making its return after so long, an old video game character, Bubsy.
Yeah.
Bubsy's coming back. Bubsy the Woolies Strike Back. Looks exactly like the old game. And everything like that. Just, like I say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
And everything like that. So, yeah. Check that out. Okay. Now, as for one game that was announced that wasn't going to be there was a reveal trailer as a surprise to everybody like that. Everybody. Kingdom Hearts 3.
About damn time.
Because you and I played the first one. Like,
yeah.
Way back. Like, way back.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to wrap up the whole entire story and everything like that. You know, minus all the spin-off stuff they'll probably do after that and everything. But no, Kingdom Hearts 3 looks spectacular. The game, the trailer did include actual gameplay.
Yes.
And I know Margaret was waiting on that too, because Margaret mentioned the game.
We've all been waiting on it. They only announced it, 3 years ago?
Yeah, that was another one of those E3 things. They announced it, and it was like...
They just showed a title, and wah-wah.
Yeah. And, like, there was, like, nothing... I think there was nothing last year, and there was no news or anything like that. Story... It looks beautiful as usual. Gameplay looks ultra smooth and ultra fast. It looks absolutely amazing.
What I really like about it is that even though the technology has gotten far more superior than the days of PS1 and PS2 for Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, they still kept that blocky old PS1 vibe.
Yeah, it still has that vibe. It still has that same vibe and feel with,
yes.
you know, even though the graphics and the gameplay is pumped up.
Yeah,
it still looks and feels like Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Because that's the problem. Sometimes when they move forward with the next gen games, it no longer feels like what the predecessor was.
Yeah.
And that kind of takes you out of the feel of what the game was.
Definitely.
You know, it's kind of like how they try to advance Pac-Man so much. Like, look, Pac-Man was glorious and it's 8-bit simpleness, and then you had to make all this crazy stuff.
Or
it's like,
Mario ended up being like a complete open 3D world.
yeah, and it was like,
just give me a side scroller.
Just give me my little side scroller, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
that's it. You know, it's like that's all I need, and everything like that. Now, just before E3, BioWare's got a lot to make up for. After, unfortunately, the miss of Mass Effect. And again, as I had said, it wasn't developers' fault. That was a producer's fault. They had announced earlier in the week, before E3, they had a new IP by the name of Anthem. Put a little trailer out and everything like that prior to, a little teaser. Well, Anthem made its full-fledged debut via the story trailer and the gameplay video and everything like that. It's going to be an MMO. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Looks beautiful and everything like that. But, you know, again, for me, it's an MMO. But, again, BioWare is under the gun right now. BioWare, they just because of the failure of Mass Effect, the franchise has been completely suspended indefinitely. They don't know when or if what they're doing with it. They just don't even know when. Which is a shame because I waited so many years for that, and as well as many other people did, and it failed the way it did. Not that it was horrible, but it failed at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But Anthem looks absolutely amazing. It plays beautifully and everything like that. Depending on how the more info I get, I might bypass my MMO things because I do have some friends I wouldn't mind playing games with and everything like that. So I might bypass because it looks that good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing. The action looks amazing. The gameplay looks amazing. From BioWare, check out Anthem.
I feel so bad for BioWare.
I really do. Because like they were such a strong powerhouse and had great games for so long, and then it's like
they still are.
But this one that happened to them is that black eye.
I know, and I understand that. It's a shame that it falls onto the hands of BioWare when it wasn't BioWare itself. It was the producers that wanted to push the game out, and it's unfortunate.
And developers of BioWare, all they asked for was like, give us 5 more months.
Yeah.
And as long as we waited for years, every game player that I know that loves the Mass Effect franchise said, I was willing to wait 5 more months to give me the game the correct way.
Yeah.
And everything like that. All right, well, moving forward. Actually, the next 2 are going to be on the Foxy line here. Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
Go.
God, yes. We briefly were able to speak about this about 2 weeks ago when they officially announced it.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Origins is taking you way back. Now, this is not a reboot of the series or a soft reboot like so many are saying. This is actually taking you back to the very first Assassin.
Literally the origins.
Yes, quite literally the origins. Well farther beyond Altair in Assassin's Creed 1, who we all thought was the first assassin. He is not. We get to go to ancient Egypt during this entire video game, and while it is the first, so many elements from the Ezio trilogy of Assassin's Creed are in Assassin's Creed Origins. They've returned, there's no other way to say it, tomb raiding, basically.
Yeah.
They've returned tomb raiding, they've brought back, oh my god, I forgot the word I was going to say.
Yeah.
I forgot the fucking word I was going to say. In this one, it seems you are able to truly customize your assassin. They gave it a little bit more of an RPG style, like they did in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where you can upgrade and choose your weaponry within slots. Eagle vision is gone. You get to play as an actual eagle, soaring above.
And you go pretty far. Like
Yes.
you can map out where your enemies are and everything, and that was pretty darn awesome.
The one thing that I don't like that Assassin's Creed Origins doing, which a lot of video games are doing, which I hate, they took away the very small circular map on the left-hand side of the
they changed
game,
the whole map out
and
style.
they now give you at the very top of the screen,
that weird line.
the compass navigation line, and I hate those things.
Yeah, I like the circular map better.
The circular map is better when you're exploring open worlds, because via that small tiny little map you can see parts that you have not discovered yet, or little places that you might have bypassed, whereas with that small little navigational compass you cannot do that.
Yeah, you don't know where you already been to or whatever like that. Yeah, I mean, I know the one part that really caught your attention was being in the tomb in that huge ass cobra.
Yeah, maybe not mythological elements, but
Supernatural.
Only makes sense with the Apple of Eden and such. But there is this one portion where you go and your tomb raider, big ass fucking cobra snake thing comes at you, and I'm talking like Piranaconda.
Yeah, it was like huge.
This thing was humongous. So, I mean, it's nice that they're taking it more of the fantasy style route of our history as opposed to directly taking from history. Like, they're definitely keeping the fiction with the history blended in, which is something that they started losing along the lines of, like, say, Assassin's Creed 3-ish. Mm-hmm. So that is very nice to see.
Yes, so look forward for Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
I think it's next year or the end of the year?
This October!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
October 27th, 2017.
Go ahead, do your birthday celebration. Because that's going to be your birthday gift.
That is going to be my birthday gift. Yay! Assassin's Creed always comes out around my birthday, and I love it. It's just... What else do you need to know?
It's your game.
Give me Assassin's Creed. Give me all the Funkos. Give me the games. Give me the game guide. Give me the art book. We are good.
Makes Christmas very easy for Damien at times. Every year there's an Assassin's Creed thing. She'll get the game for her birthday, but everything else will come Christmas. Makes it so easy for me. So easy.